Beautiful Jellyfish, is Tracy. I'm really sorry if this lighting's not good. I really can't figure out how to possibly film this without it, with having good lighting. But basically this is my ladies EDH deck, and this deck I actually built before I started doing YouTube, and then I took the deck apart because I felt like it, I don't know, just didn't have enough good juice in it. I felt like it was really sticking true to the human lady tribal, so I decided to take it apart, and then I decided to rebuild it because I only have I have 4 color Super Friends because I changed that, so now it's a Traxa instead of 5 color. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I want to rebuild this deck, and it's fun on the flavor, really. So all of the creatures are ladies. There's, I think, 38 in the deck, which is kind of a lot for me. I normally do, like, 35 or so is kind of my max, but this deck has a lot. I'm really open to suggestions if you guys have anything, like, any of your favorite ladies. Like, I have a, like, kind of a maybe board or sideboard on my tapped out, which will be listed down below if you want to check out the deck as I'm going over it. This deck is a lot of fun. It's very aggressive. It doesn't really have, like, I would say direct synergies or anything like that. There is a one combo in the deck, but it's not the main point of the deck by any means. I'll show you guys. It's actually really a funny combo. I really enjoy it. But yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun. And Silver Queen's my commander. She's just amazing. Honestly, like, I can't say enough good things about her. Like, she provides blockers. If I've got nothing else to do, she just makes dudes. She's a 7/7. She's huge. Hit with her a couple times, you know, and, you know, get your opponent off commander damage. Like, it's great. So the deck does a lot of different things, which I really like, but it's not overwhelming at the same time. So, ooh, actually first, you know what? Let's start with the mana base because that's the least exciting. So again, the deck will be listed in the description box, but I run 3, basic. I do a lot of basics in this deck, but I want to kind of change that a little bit. I want to run, you know, a couple basics, of course, because I do love basics, but I run 3 swamps. I run 3 mountains. I run 7 plains. And then I have 5 forests and 5 islands. So that's it for the basics. I do run quite a bit of them. At some point I am going to change that up and lessen that. Then for specialty lands, the fun part, I first run one of Bojuka Bog, which I can't say enough good things about. This is really great. So when I say I run 3 swamps, technically I run 4 because Bojuka Bog then acts as that after it ETBs, exiling target opponent's graveyard. Kind of always a good thing. Even if my opponent isn't really doing too much graveyard strategies, it's still a good card to have. I love Bojuka Bog. I run in, like, all my decks that I can. Then I have Blighted Woodland. I do really like this card. I have this in Omnoth, and I just think it's really handy. Potentially a card that could come out in the future depending on how many basics I'm still running, but I do like this card. Command Tower. I don't really know if I need to say anything about Command Tower, but, you know. Oh, by the way, the sleeves I'm using, I'm actually going to do a video talking about sleeves soon. These are the Dragon Shield mats. I love them. They're, I think, my favorite sleeves that I've ever had. Silver Queen's in a, this is a Dragon Shield, like the regular Dragon Shields, but I like the Dragon Shield mats. I'm really pleased with these sleeves. Okay, then I have Evolving Wilds because they're, you know, it's a poor person's fetch land, you know. At some point I'll probably upgrade this deck because this deck is just so much fun. I do want to, like, invest some more money into it. I have Excited Orchid just because it's really pretty, and I don't know. The deck's kind of got, like, a royalty themed. Oh, by the way, the deck is called Notions of a Teenage Drama Queen, which is pretty great, so let's just appreciate that for a second. So yeah, I want to add some kind of specialty lands that go along with the royalty theme. So if you guys have any recommendations, really, I'm very open. I, like, read all my comments, and, you know, if you guys have anything, oh, hold up, this drawer. My little nightgown is, not nightgown, my slip is slipping out. I never even wear that thing. I have one from Victoria's Secret. It's like a silk one. I literally never wear it. Then I have Ghost Quarter. Really good. I've Ghost Quartered my own lands before. Serious thing that I've done just so I can get my 5 colors, but the deck has quite a bit of fixing, so it's not something I do often. I have Mana Confluence in here. I actually really like this card. You know, the deck has not really that much life gain. I really don't feel like this deck has, like, any life gain, which is whatever, you know. But I don't know. I really like Mana Confluence. I just got it because I was, like, trading cards and that just happened. I have Opal Palace. I kind of had to add this card in here, but I really like this card. And you know what I realized? I read this card wrong. that you actually can pay mana of any color that you have of your commander. So this is really good if you're running like your commander has multiple colors, like 4 or 5 colors, because you can add that. And if you spend it for your commander, it gets +1/+1. But if you don't, you just get that color. So sometimes I'll be stuck and I don't have one of my colors. Like red, sometimes I have issues with getting red because the deck doesn't have a lot of it. And I only run 3 basics, but there's a lot of other fixing and stuff like that. But yeah, Opal House is really good, and it's got that royalty theme, so, you know, it's pretty great. Then I have Rupture Spire. I really like these lands. I have the other one that's, like, literally the same thing as this, but I really like these. I have, just because I happen to have this card, but this is going to be, like, replaced by something else. This is Temple. I always forget if it's Temple of Malice or Malady. I don't know why, but I think it's Temple of Malady. Malice is, I think, the green-black one, but this card's just in here, and it's also just Japanese. Sorry. Yeah, it's Japanese, so that's cool. You guys know anything about me, you know I love Japanese cards. Then I have Temple of the False God, which, yeah, I mean, duh. EDH staple, man. Terramorphic Expanse, and Transguild Promenade, so those are the cards. That's my mana base. I'm doing 36, which is kind of a lot. I think I'm actually going to cut one because of the amount of fixing that I have. 35 is kind of my number. I tend to stick with 35 as my mana base in EDH. Alright, let's talk about Planeswalkers. I run 1 Planeswalker in this deck. I run Elsbeth. I'm really not going to talk that much about Elsbeth because you guys know I love her. I had to run her. I try not to run repeated as, like, I don't want to run a lot of Planeswalkers because I already have Super Friends, but I had to include Elsbeth. I had an extra one, and I was like, of course I have to run Elsbeth. She's great. She's one of my favorite cards. Instance, I run 3. I run a Counterspell. You know, I just had this card, and also this is my favorite art of this card. This is the Ice Age one. I really like the art in this a lot. I don't like the bluish background, you know, like the older cards have. Like, this is the newer blue color. It just, like, looks better. How pretty is this foil Brainstorm, by the way? But yeah, so that's that. Counterspell's pretty okay. It's a spot holder, basically, right now. Brainstorm, as I just showed. Yeah, Brainstorm's, like, really good. I like it a lot. I like that, you know, it's really good with, like, decks that shuffle a lot, because then you can put away cards that you don't need, like, extra lands, and it's just card advantage, so. Then I have Dig Through Time. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain Dig Through Time. The card's just, like, really good. Okay, now let's talk about enchantments. So, I have Fires of Yavimaya, and I have this card in here, and I'm just, like, a huge fan of it. Like, I just, being able to give my creatures haste, you know, a lot of times what I'll do is, like, I'll pump out tokens with Silver Queen, like, on the end of my opponent's turn, because there's really no reason for me to do it during my turn, most of the time, but, you know, just for my other dudes that I play, like, just giving them that. I love Fires of Yavimaya. It's in my Omnath deck, and I just really love this card. Then I have Mirara's Wake. Guys, I just got this, and it's Japanese. It's so freaking cool. So, yeah. Mirara's Wake, I really wanted this card in the deck. Yes, for being able to, you know, tap for additional colors, but also to give my team +1/+1. Oh, I love Mirara's Wake. This card's great. Let's be real here. It wouldn't be complete if I didn't run Oblivion Ring. Let's be honest here for a second. So, duh, I'm running Oblivion Ring. I'm running Sarah's Blessing, and fun fact about me, this is my favorite art in any Magic card ever. I love white bordered cards, very unpopular opinion, I know, but, Rebecca Guai is one of my favorite artists. Her and Teresa Nielsen, like, really, just some of the best that you'll ever see in the game for art. But yeah, this art is just so intricate and so beautiful, and it features a lady, and it's just so pretty. Like, I can't, this art is gorgeous, and I'm not really running it for the art. I mean, I kind of am, but it is a really good card, giving my team vigilance. Are there better cards to run, like Always Watching? Yeah, I could totally run Always Watching. It's 1 more mana, but it gives my team +1/+1, but not my tokens. I just can't help myself. I just love this art so much. And the card is good. Alright, so now we talk about the combo. I'm the big bad twin player here. And I got my Pestermite also for my creature, which I'll talk about, but yeah, I'm running the Splinter Twin combo, and you know why? I'm running it because Twin and Pestermite are both ladies, and, you know, I don't know, guys, I just wanted to. I didn't get a chance to play it in Modern, and they're only 2 cards. I don't avidly go out of my way to play Twin. Like, the only time I'll do it is if I know I'm dead on board, and this is the only thing that's gonna save me, for that insta-win, but I don't I'm not like a jerk about it. I'm not someone who's like, I'm gonna twin you every single game. That's not how I play EDH, really. You know, so yeah, that's kind of like my stance on that. Sorry, I'm like playing around with my light. I don't know, like, what's better? Is that actually better? I don't really know. But yeah, twin. Okay, let's talk about, Sorceries. So the first I run is a Chroma's Vengeance, and I can't tell you how many times this card has been so useful. I need a Merciless Eviction for this deck, actually. I just forgot, I just don't have one in this deck. But, yeah, a Chroma's Vengeance is just so good. She's a lady, and I'm not, like, too big on, like, my instances, sorceries, and stuff like that. Having ladies on them, if they do, that's great, but I'm not really going out of my way. Maybe at some point I will, but it's mostly just the creatures that I care about. But this card's just really good. I don't ever really cycle this card. I'm pretty much always just get it. Game has won me several games. Then I have Beseech the Queen. You know, yeah, it's got the word queen in it, so it goes along with the whole theme. But really, I put this card in here because it's a tutor. And honestly, I totally could have bought another demonic tutor with my favorite art on it, but I was like, you know what, let me just throw this card in here. It's really good. I do have a lot of mana fixing, so I do get my lands, and yeah, just being able to tutor for like anything is really good. Then I have Conflux. I mean, yeah, if you're running 5-color in EDH, you need Conflux. There's just really no questions. Card's amazing, being able to tutor for anything. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten Conflux. I've gotten Twin, I've gotten Pestermite, I've killed my opponent, like, I do that sometimes, or I just get removal and other cards, you know? I could just get anything, it's great. Then I have End Hostilities, which, is a good card. I do really like it. It's actually been very useful, you know, knowing that really mostly I've been playing EDH with Paul, really good against his Voltron deck, let me tell you, when he's Voltroning up. So, I like End Hostilities, it's a good card. Then I have Kodama's Reach. You know, funny, I don't actually have Cultivate in here just because I don't have an extra one. But I had an extra Kodama's Reach, so I threw it in here. But yeah, card is really good. I like it. It's a really good fixing card. Phyrexian Rebirth. I'm not like massively in love with this card. This is probably just gonna get replaced by Merciless Eviction when I get one. I just keep forgetting. That's like the main thing, is I just forget to get cards, but yeah. Alright, so speaking of art, I told you guys that I really like Teresa Nielsen. And here is one of my favorite arts. This is Rampant Growth, and it's just great. I just needed this art in here, so yeah. Shard Convergence, one of my favorite mana fixing cards. Yeah, the cards do go to your hand, but they don't say basic, so at some point, if I ever get, like, duels, I'm not talking about, like, real people duels, those are, like, ridiculously expensive. I'm talking about, like, Shocklands, you know, I could totally get those, which I am thinking about that for this deck, so, yeah. This is a deck that I intend to have for a while. And we have Treasure Cruise because drawing cards is really good. Funny, I've like never, of all the times I've played this deck, I don't think I've ever drawn that card. Okay, now let's talk about artifacts. I do have a couple in this deck. The first is Armorelli Sphere. I've been playing with Armorelli Sphere for a really long time, and I do really like it. Yeah, it's just a good mana fixing card. I like it. Then I have Biden of Thassa. I wanted a way of card draw. This potentially may come out in the future, because I do have some other ways of card draw I added a little bit more in, but I actually do really like it. And you know what I really like about this card too is that second ability. I've yet to use it, but if you have a situation where if your opponent swings in, you can just kill one of their creatures without killing your own, it's really good. Especially with me generating so many Silver Queen tokens, I find that to be really helpful. So I haven't yet to use that ability, but I am excited to in the future, and I do think it's really good for that. And not only to, but drawing cards, and I love drawing cards. So, yeah. Then I have Chromatic Lantern. I can't believe when I originally built this deck, I didn't throw this card in there. Like, seriously, this should be an auto-include, and I'm very disappointed in myself. But if you're playing anything other, like, 3, 4, 5 colors, you just need a Chromatic Lantern. Like, there's just no questions. Eldrazi Monument. Guys, I really can't say enough good things about this card. Like, funny, I was playing with Paul, and I swear, we played 4 games, and every single game I drew Eldrazi Monument, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want this card. Like, I'm the type of person where if I have something in my hand one game, that's fine, but I want, like, different cards in different games, you know, I want my deck to do multiple things and whatnot, but I kept getting this card. The reason why I put this in there is for Silver Queen, because I can generate tokens. If I have to sack some of my other dudes, you know, not really the end of the world, but I also have ways of getting Eldrazi Monument back if it does go to my graveyard. Not that many ways, I don't have that much recursion, but, you know. But yeah, giving my team +1/+1 is amazing. Giving them flying is great, and then giving them indestructible is really good. So I would really recommend this card. It's a really good card. I'm really glad I included it. Literally, I'm not gonna say anything about Soul Ring. Duh. Auto include. Swiftfoot Boots, you know, good. Good to put on Silver Queen. Good to just put on other big creatures. Then I have Traveler's Amulet, which I really like. Very similar to Armorelli Sphere, except it's 2 less mana and gives you 1 less land. I really like this card. And, you know, I threw Wayfarer's Bauble in here, and you know what? I don't know how exactly I feel about this card. I feel like there's better things that I could run, but what I do like about colorless artifacts, you know, to give me colors, what I really like about that is the fact that, you know, sometimes I don't have, like, green, and sometimes I just need to get green to get my other colors or whatever, so I do like Wayfarer's Bauble.